Welcome.
Hello. Thank you guys so much for joining. Really exciting topic today.
Morning.
Love to know We'd love to know as always, like, where are you tuning in from? And is there anything specifically that you're looking to solve? Today, we are going to talk about how to use the Dubb desktop app specifically for real estate. So we've now had a chance to talk about the Dubb desktop app and how you can use it, just generally speaking, to record videos for social media, for YouTube. We showed you how you can record multiple clips, how you can trim, how you can import clips, testimonials, social proof videos, screen videos, and do the whole thing without an editor. So it really empowers us to get our branding going through original content, through social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all these amazing channels, but then also our classic video emails that we can send on a one-to-one basis, or we can send to our mass list. So if there's any specific questions that people have, please put them in the chat. Someone mentioned the other day that there's a way to do Q&A in meetings like this. I have not seen that setting. So if anyone knows about that, I'd love to get like a screenshot or a link on how we can do that. So for now, if you could just put the questions in the chat. I've got Ina, I've got Rob, I've got Darius here. Darius, where would you like to start?
Well, we will say that, guys, I know some of you are engaged with us and sort of attend different sessions that we host. The concept of today's session is very, very similar to yesterday's, guys, where we released the brand new desktop app. We're going to be covering those features. So if you already attended yesterday's, it might be a little bit of a recap for you. Today's is different because we will have a focus on real estate, and we're also going to be talking about some QR code pieces. But just in terms of general concept, if you guys were there the whole webinar yesterday, you will see many similar material because we're going to cover the desktop app and its recent updates for you guys.
And then we'd love to get just a put a 1 in the comments if you were with us yesterday in our webinar. Love to get a tally here.
Yeah, if you were already here, let us know. And then if you have some specific questions, then you can also drop those in as well. And if we're not here, then great, because it's going to be a new lesson for you.
Okay, cool. And then I only see 1 so far. Okay, so I think we're good, actually.
Good. Yeah, great. So Judy, might be some repeat for you, but there will be some new sort of the real estate aspect of how to use the desktop app as well.
Or we can make Judy the teacher, trainer, co-host of this, and we can all take a break here and enjoy our coffee.
I don't think Judy came prepared for that. Great. All right. Well, she's like, okay, no, that's okay. Yeah. No, so this is going to be, guys, this is why we do the trainings every week, every day, is because it takes repetition. It definitely is not something that you just master instantly by watching a commercial one time, right? You need to do it yourself. You need to get your hands on kinesthetically, auditorily, visually. And that's why we host the trainings the way that we do.
And one of the things I also wanted to share, which I shared yesterday, was so I recently had an experience in my personal life where I went to a class of sorts, and I was sort of verbally mistreated and called out for something that I did, a mistake that I made, an innocent mistake that I made. And, the feeling that I felt in that moment of feeling judgment and contempt, it sort of removed all my inspiration and motivation. And instantly at that point, I did not see this person as my teacher. I saw them rather as someone that's just kind of taking their stress out on me. And it wasn't a great feeling. And I decided to completely remove myself from that situation because I knew I was not going to be able to fulfill my potential. I didn't quit on it. I quit on them. And I just wanted to make sort of a public service announcement that, we are here with absolute full sympathy, empathy, and compassion. And I learned recently that the difference between compassion and empathy is that there's action in compassion. So we are here to serve you guys. We are here to see you guys succeed. There's no judgment. If you guys weren't able to make certain trainings, you don't know how to do something, it's all good. People get busy. There's stuff going on in our lives. You're here, you're present, and that's all that matters. So if there's any things that you guys are not familiar with, let us know. I always like to stick around at the end of these trainings and just give some VIP support and just help people with anything that they want. Even if it's something super simple, super obvious, we're here to support you guys. So no stress at all. We want to make these fun. So, throw in some jokes, have some fun. If we make a mistake, you can laugh at us, and let's just learn together as a community and just all get better. And, as we always say, there's enough sunshine to go around. So let's get started. Darius?
Absolutely. And again, that's what we want you guys to feel as well. I have people often that'll come into the live trainings or into the trainings and they're either hesitant to raise a hand, or they're like, well, I feel like this is a stupid question or something. And we don't have that here. We don't do that here. If you guys can't find the record button, let us know. We'll show it to you, and happily. So
Yeah.
the opposite of the judgment environment, like literally, if you can't figure out something, the only thing that we do ask is that consume the material, right? Like if you ask a question, we give you a nice little training video. Trust us, we've made it as short and concise and informational as possible. And just watch it, and it'll support you. So it's a two-way help, because it doesn't matter how simple the question is. We have a training or an article or a video or a one-word answer for it. So yeah, two-way street, guys.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I find myself making the dumbest mistake. There's a big fat red record button right in my face. Like, where's the record button? Where's the record button? Looking all over my screen. And I mean, pretty much every day I now forget to share my screen on Zoom. So that's a classic mistake. So, hey, listen, we're all mess ups, but we're getting better.
Yeah, that's it. We're all work in progress. Exactly. And then and forever, right? It's never going to be perfection. It's not the goal here. Actually, it's not the goal. It's the to be continually improving. That's a much more reasonable expectation and goal to have. So, guys, in today's session, we're going to be covering the brand new updates to the desktop app. I don't know if you guys saw it. We did a big announcement like a week ago for Magenta 7.0. It's the platform-wide updates that we've done to mobile, to desktop, to the website. And so what we're covering today is one fraction of that, which is going to be the major overhauls to the desktop application. We're going to talk about why you guys want to use the desktop application, what updates and improvements have been made, and how they make it easier for you and your business, particular to real estate. So what I'm going to do first, guys, is I'm just going to share my screen and actually show you guys a little step-by-step process. And this is, again, if you're brand new, you've never installed the desktop app, or you currently have an older version installed, this is going to be the same instruction for you guys. So if you would like to follow along, we can do that. We'll have the time today. We have the full hour here to make sure you guys get what you need. And then from there, I'm going to show up one of these at a time. So here we go. Sorry, let me show this. The first thing, guys, is if you have a previous version of the app, if you already have the Dubb desktop app installed, I'm going to ask that you quit and uninstall it now and install the latest version. Unless you already installed the latest, like one of our attendees here was in yesterday's session, you probably have the latest version. But for those of you that don't, if you have an existing one, go ahead and quit, and then go to your Finder or your Windows, and then delete the application, uninstall, move to trash, one of those. So again, if you already had the desktop application, a previous version, go ahead and uninstall that now, and we're going to install the latest version, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. So from your browser, this link will also be in the chat. If Ina, you could share that. It's just dubb.com/desktop-app. We're also have a note. This is going to be in the task list. It's going to be from the dashboard, but for now, just come to dubb.com/desktop-app. Guys, this is a brand new app. We're not brand new. This release is brand new. So we will likely be having some updates coming in the next few months. So I want you guys to make sure you remember where to get the latest version, because if you ever get stuck or something's not working, there's probably an update that needs to happen. So make sure that you remember this link, pin it, write it down somewhere, and this is where we're going to update the app. So if you're on Mac or PC, again, if you already had the version, uninstall it, and then you're going to install the latest version. The current version is version 4.0. I'll show you where to check that in a moment. But if you're downloading it from the website today, you will have the latest version for both Mac and PC. Whichever device you're on, make sure you click that version. It's going to download the installer. Once you open the installer, it's slightly different. On Mac, it's going to look like this. You're going to drag the thing to the applications folder. On PC, there's a little button that says install, and it's going to install this application. Now, once the application's installed, again, if you're on Mac, you'll go to Finder. If it's PCs, it's the Windows button. And then there you can either go to search and search for Dubb, or you can go to applications and you'll see Dubb there in the application list. The first time you open the Dubb application, it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to open this? It's from the internet. You're going to say yes. Also, during the first time you're installing the app, it's going to ask for permission to access your webcam, microphone, screen recording. If you're on Mac, you'll want to make sure you click allow on those permission requests. Same thing on PC, any permissions that it's asking for, just make sure you're clicking allow during that install process. Those things are just a one-time situation. So it's going to request permissions just the one time. And even when you reinstall for the update, like I'm doing now, it's going to remember that you've previously granted permissions. It's also going to request that you log into Dubb for the first time, because what it's doing is it's going to connect your desktop application to your your Dubb account. So it won't pop up with this. It'll say log in. It'll ask you to log into your Dubb account. Once you're logged in, it's going to be ready to go. Now, to open the application, again, you're either going to come to your Finder button or Windows, Applications, or search for Dubb. Once you have Dubb and you've logged into it, like we just said, you're going to be able to launch the app. And this is actually what you'll see when you first launch the app. And what we're going to talk about now is each of these options. The first one of which is just the webcam recorder. So when I click record webcam, this is now the option to record my webcam using the desktop app. And now, guys, there's a couple benefits here versus the other versions you've seen in the past, and that's why we want to cover it. The main difference between the webcam on the desktop is the teleprompter. So you can see here, I can turn my teleprompter on or off, and this one is right next to the camera. So it's as close to the camera as it can possibly be, which is really great for your eye line. And then when you select your teleprompter script here, guys, if you don't have a script yet, you can click create new, and it's going to take you to the place where you can write yourself a script. Once you have your script selected or created, then you can select from it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select one of my scripts. And now a couple of really important things, guys, with a teleprompter, you can actually adjust the teleprompter, and you'll want to do this. Several things to be aware of. One is the height of the teleprompter. You do not want to bring your teleprompter down to the middle of your screen like this, because then you're probably going to read from the bottom of the teleprompter. And you can see my eyes. If I'm reading from down here, it doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera. It looks like I'm looking in the middle of the screen. By bringing the teleprompter just near the top, you're going to ensure that you're just reading from those top lines. So just make sure you're not all the way down here. Make sure it's high. The second thing is the font size, the adjustment of the size. If you guys have, want larger text, just make sure you adjust the font size there. So your height, font size, and then the final one here is the speed. So if you guys have, like this one has 1 or 2 lines per word, obviously the speed can't be very high, because when I go to record, 3, 2, 1, it's going to scroll that. And like, that's too fast, probably. Maybe not, actually, because I can read that. Surveying is an extension of your own real estate team. The real estate virtual assistant is the key to accomplishing impactful day-to-day goals. Welcome to the ultimate guide. So I don't know, I'm a fast speaker. Maybe that speed's okay for me. But the point being here is that you guys can find what works for you. Find the speed, the size, adjust this. And all this just happens one time, because guys, when you close this and you go to record another video, it's actually going to remember the settings that you left, so that you don't have to readjust your teleprompter every time. So just find the settings one time with the right font size, speed, and height for yourself, and then the desktop app will remember that. And if you guys have not used the teleprompter yet, it's a game changer, because if you have longer text you're trying to memorize, this makes it possible. Like even something simple, guys, like a property, like the address and the amenities and the square footage, and you're either going to read from that in the teleprompter, or you're going to have to memorize those if you want to do a video about a property. So something as simple as that, or it could be something complex, like a longer market update where you want to hit some very specific stats and you want to sound like you know what you were talking about. Like, guys, the market's actually, for the first time in over 12 years, we've had a year-over-year decrease in home evaluations. And the second thing is actually, anyway, those stats are typically hard to memorize unless you're reading from them on the screen or from your teleprompter. So this is the first piece, really important. teleprompter with its adjustments, height, speed, size, etc. Now, the other piece that's really important here, guys, is in the desktop app. These are the new features, and you will need to click this little switch in order to take advantage of these. The newest features that we've added is the ability to record in multiple clips. So you can do multiple videos, and then you can also trim and edit and merge them. So first, I'm going to show you guys where to turn this on. When you first install Dubb, it's going to look like this, right? You open your Dubb app. You can go here up to Dubb and Preferences. And then the first thing on this page is you'll see is General. There's these two switches. Right now they're in beta, so they're turned off by default, meaning they're not on. You'll have to come turn these switches on if you want to take advantage of these brand new beta features we're showing you guys in this next step. So File, Preferences, enable clip recording, turn that on, enable editor. Now, eventually, maybe in 1 or 2 updates, these are going to be turned on by default. But because they're in a beta right now, we're giving you guys early release. We're showing you how it works. You will want to turn these on if you want to test the new features. But again, future releases will be on by default. Now, with those 2 things on, this is what I can actually do. First, I'm going to record a video. 3, 2, 1. And I say, hey, John, I got a quick video I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. Check mark. So now I have 1 video, but you can see here, now I can add another video. So I can either go back and record one like this, 3, 2, 1. Oh, by the way, John, I forgot there was a second piece I wanted to share with you. It also comes after this. Check. So now I have my 2 different clips there. Again, those are 2 completely separate videos. So it wasn't a pause. It was a completely separate clip that's recorded. At this point, I can also take an existing video. So if I had a client testimonial or a property listing or whatever, I can actually add an existing video from my library, from my computer or my phone, whatever, into this timeline as well. So I can record multiple clips or take existing clips and add them into other videos. From here, I can also reorder them just like that. So if like I have 4 or 5 different clips, I can put them in the order that I want. I can add existing, or I can keep recording. So this is actually the first brand new feature of the desktop app, which is the multiple clips. So instead of just recording and then having only the pause or having to record one seamless video, you can now take existing video, multiple video, whatever, and merge those into a single timeline. So this is the first new feature, guys. If you're familiar with the mobile app, we've had this feature on the mobile, but it is brand new to the desktop. So very powerful feature here, guys. Now it's going to reduce the number of edits you need to do by a lot, or it can allow you to actually do edits that you normally wouldn't. You'd have to go give to a video editor or something. So this is part 1 of the brand new features, which is multiple clips. Now one
idea, Darius, is to do a little breakout session.
Mm-hmm.
Where people try to do this. I mean, is anyone interested in trying this with us? I mean, all you have to do at this point is just make sure that you have the Dubb desktop app installed and just record something on your screen. Record an MLS listing, record an email that you have, a PDF, maybe a PSA, whatever document you have, whatever you want to share on your screen visually, try to record that very quickly. Click the pause button. Click the check button to create that clip. What I always talk about is this idea of it's a lot more difficult to create a sword than it is to create a chain, because a chain is comprised of links, and each one of those links can be replaced or cut out or whatever needs to be done. So as you're creating these videos, just think of the video as your chain, where each and every one of your clips is basically one of the links in the chain. And then if you want to swap it out, replace it, edit it, trim it, whatever you'd like to do, that's absolutely cool. And then ultimately what you can do is do some light editing. It just takes a couple of seconds, some trimming on the beginning and the end, and then you can publish it as a video email on a 1-to-1 basis, on an email campaign basis. You can upload this to YouTube. We're also going to show you how to record a 9:16 portrait video, which is perfect for your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, your YouTube shorts. If you have other real estate coaches, they're probably telling you guys, get on Instagram and get on TikTok. You've heard that 100 times before. Why are they saying that? Well, it's for branding. It's to stay top of mind. It's to get geo-targeted. It's to put hashtags of your town and then be discovered by people that can be prospects for you. It's also so that your existing clients remember you, and that when they want to refer you to someone else, they can say, oh, that's my person, you know? So we'll show you how to really stay active, YouTube, social media, and of course your video emails. So record a video and let us know what you think. If there's any questions, we'll maybe just take a minute or two here. The other thing that I just wanted to share is that this is an evolution. So if you have feedback for us, let us know. I'm literally in a design program on this second monitor, taking feedback in real time, figuring out ways that we can improve this. So we're all ears here. All right. So Lynn Miller, where's the app? All right. So we'll guide you on that. Actually, Ina, could you share the link to the desktop app, dubb.com?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
One thing, do we have a PC user on our team right now? Because Kay and probably John said, where do you find the preferences on the PC version? I'm guessing it's PC, because on Mac, it's exactly where I just showed you guys. But I see a couple other people said, where do we find the controls? And then Kay says, where do we find the preferences? So
that's in the settings section. Let me open up my PC and I'll be able to share.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you can get the PC version, I'll show the Mac version again here, guys, is when you have the Dubb app open. So you do need to open your Dubb application, and then you need to be clicked on by the way, a Dubb asset. So like whether it's the controls or your preview, you need to be clicking on Dubb. And again, if you're on Mac, it's going to change this the upper left navigation. So look, if I click on my desktop, it says Finder. But if I click on Dubb, now it says Dubb. And that's where I can click Dubb and Preferences. So if you guys are on Mac, this is exactly where you'll find it. Open the Dubb app, click on something of the Dubb application, whether it's your preview or your controls, then go Dubb Preferences and turn those two switches on.
Yeah, I have a screenshot here for the where
PC?
you can find, it is PC.
Share really quick for us, Ina. Yeah.
Yeah, let me share my screen here. So can you guys see my screen?
Perfect.
Once you open the app, this window here will be shown up, and then in the the sandwich menu, that's where you can find the preferences. Then once you open it, it's here. The buttons to switch the enabling clip recording and enabling the video editor are here.
Excellent. And then to launch that control, guys, once you install the app, the link to install the app is in the chat, dubb.com/desktop app. Once it's installed, then you go to your computer, either Windows or Finder, and open the Dubb app from there. Log in one time, and then you'll get that control bar that Ina just showed on her screen as well. So good. All right. Let's see here. Is anyone following along that still needs some more time? Because I want to make sure that if you guys want to follow along. So Lynn, this is not the session for you, my friend. You probably need some support one-on-one, because if you're not able to find the app, that means that you don't have the app, and then you need to install the app if you don't have it. And if you're not able to locate it, it means that you don't have it. And then we provided the link to install it there. So like I said, we'll probably need to give you some one-on-one though, Lynn, because if you're totally lost, then it sounds like you need some more support, because it should be relatively simple. Click the link and then install the app using the instructions that I just provided. And the whole thing has been recorded as well. So that's the good news, is even if you're not following along, you can come rewatch this video just after, and it does show step-by-step exactly where to click, what to do. So it's all there for you. Okay.
If you guys can show a sample of the desktop, that would be great, because actually I have a PC, so I'm having a little hard time, because I used to have the icon on my web browser, but now I can't do it.
Got it. So guys, if you're on a PC, and actually, Jose, did you install the app yet?
Yeah, I installed the new app. So it came up as an icon on my desktop, but not on my web browser. So I'm just trying to figure it out.
So this is not going to be on a browser, guys. This is outside of the browser. This is a desktop only application. So it will not
Oh,
be available inside of the browser. Yeah, it's only going to be available on your desktop.
oh, okay, gotcha.
This is
Yeah.
this is like an application, like you have Zoom installed or you have Chrome installed.
Right, like exactly. Chrome is a desktop application that you would launch from here. So it won't be,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's going to be part of your desktop.
I understand that. Okay, perfect.
Got it. Okay, good. So what I showed you
Thank
guys
you, guys.
first, yeah,
Yeah, no
absolutely.
problem.
What I showed you guys first was the webcam version of Dubb, and I showed you the first piece, the first new feature, which is the multiple clips, and I'll just show that again really quick. So here's clip 1, press check mark, and now again I can take an existing video and add video right there, or I can record another one by just going back to my recorder and clicking record again. 3, 2, 1. Here's part 2, check mark. And now you can see I have those multiple clips that I can reorder. I can add an existing video. And finally, when I'm done, I can click done recording. And this is going to open up the second new feature, guys, which is the trimmer, the built-in editor. So now let's say if I did not like this first part of my video, maybe I made a mistake while I'm doing this finger thing and I don't like that. So I'm going to trim it to the here. I'm going to click split. And now because I didn't like here where I was doing the finger thing, I'm going to now cut. So I just deleted that part of the video that I didn't like. And now I'm left with the part that I did like. But let's say, just for instance, maybe right in the middle from here to right there, I made a mistake. And so now I can select that part of my video and delete it as well. So any part of the video that you guys don't like, you can easily select the frame. You can restore the frame. You can split the clip. You can delete the clip. So anything you guys want to do in terms of editing, trimming out, adding in, that's all now possible on the desktop app as well. Just be aware, once you're here at the editor, you can't add more clips in at this point. So if you want to add clips, you have to do that in the previous step. You get all your clips in, then you merge them, then you can edit them and trim out the stuff you don't like. So these are the 2 new features, guys. The 2 newest, sorry, I should say, which is the multiple clips and the ability to trim and merge right on the desktop app. So before it even ever gets into Dubb, it's already fixed and ready to go. So little pause here, guys. Questions about the webcam? I'm going to switch over now in a moment. I'm going to show you guys the screen options. But if there's any questions on webcam, multiple clips, trimming, anything like that, then just simply toss those into the chat, the Q&A. We'll get you answered and taken care of. And then, like I said, even if we have some time here, maybe we can take care of Lynn as well. Just like I said, depending on what timing looks like. We should have enough. Okay. Little minute here, guys. I'm going to check the chat and stuff really quick. Any questions on this one? Okay, Joe, what do we need to change in preferences? So the only thing that you guys might consider changing in preferences right now is right here. So file preferences. It's these 2 checkboxes: enable clip recording, enable video editor. By default, those are 2 things are going to be turned off. So I do recommend turning them on to explore those 2 new features that I just showed you, which is multiple clips and then the built-in editor. Rich, is there a way to do a simple jump cut? So that is exactly what I just showed you guys. That is exactly what that would be. So when you have the editor open and you're performing an edit, that is what is a jump cut. A jump cut just means that you're trimming a portion of your video out, and it's going to go from one section to the next section of your video. So that is exactly what the editor does. So a jump cut, I would say, I want to start from here and I want to end my cut there. So that is a jump cut. It's going to jump from here where I cut it to there where I cut it. So Rich, yes, that's exactly how you do the simple jump cut. Set where you want the cut to begin, set where you want the cut to end, and then make the cut. Share multiple clips. So all you do is you press record and then you press record again, or you press record like this. Here, I'm going to record. I'm going to show the screen next, guys, as well. So I'm going to press record. This is one clip. So now I'm recording a clip, and this clip is 3 seconds long. Now I have one clip. That's what you guys can see here. This is one clip. Now, if I want to record another clip, meaning multiple clips, I can press record again. 3, 2, 1. And now I'm recording my second 3-second clip. So now you can see I have 2 3-second clips, which is multiple clips. And now I can reorder those. I can also add another clip from my computer. Like, let's say if I have a Zoom chat that I want to upload, I can also add that. So now I have my clip I recorded, another clip I recorded, and then a Zoom video that I added in as well. So that is multiple clips and jump cuts. Good. All right. Can you undo a cut? So yeah, that's also what I just showed you guys there. It's funny. The questions are coming just after I show the feature. So here, let me delete that one. So yes, what I'll do is I'm going to merge these 2 clips together, which is done now. And let's say if I wanted to make this cut here. So I just split and then I just made a cut. And then now I can just, well, not that one, but I can bring that piece out, and it's going to restore the portion of the video that I trimmed off. So yes, you can undo the jump cut or the cut that you're doing by just dragging the timeline back into its place. So good. Okay. What else? Pete, hopefully that took care of you. Rich, is the desktop app the same as going to dubb.com? So yes, guys, if you record on any version of Dubb, the desktop app, the mobile app, the Chrome extension, all the videos are going to go to the same place. It's going to go to the cloud, to the Dubb library, where it's going to be instantly shareable to all channels, email, text, social media, and more. Good. Okay. So any other questions on the webcam screen recording part, or sorry, the webcam part? I'm going to now move to the next portion, guys. And there's a lot more to this one because you can record different things. Ruben.
And then another thing to note if you click Dubb is the view dashboard. And this is going to be your entire Dubb experience. This is the entire Dubb website built within the desktop app. So this is very similar to Zoom or Slack or Microsoft Teams or any of those software programs that you use, where you actually do not need to use the browser-based version if you don't want to. Now, of course you can, but this is just an easy way to just have that application on your computer so that you can just make video recording so possibly easy. Anytime you want to do it, boom, you just click the button and you can record. If you don't want to record, click the X button on the recorder, and then you still have the dashboard. So it's completely up to you.
Absolutely. And then, yeah, I have had a lot of people that get comfortable with the desktop app, and they're like, well, I just use only the desktop app now. Everything Dubb, they just do it straight through the Dubb application. Okay, guys, so we're going to now talk about the second type of recording, which is your visual aid, your screen recorder. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is just the webcam, right? The bubble. So what this does, guys, is wherever this toolbar is, you can see I have this blue frame around my screen. You guys can see that, I think, right? That means I'm going to be recording this screen. If I have another monitor, I can take this control and drag it over to my other monitor, and then I'll see the blue frame around that other monitor. So if you guys want to record a second screen, just make sure you put the controls on the other screen. If you just have the one monitor, don't worry about it. These will be there. Okay, bubble. Multiple options here for the bubble, guys. You can use just your voice, right? You can record just your screen, not including your bubble. Or you can turn on the webcam. It can be a circle. It can be a square. It can be a rectangle. You can actually resize it. I can double click this and it's the full screen, and I can say, hey guys, let me share this very important market update with you. And then double click again to minimize back to a bubble. So small bubble, square, rectangle, full size, all with a click. And again, you can drag and move this wherever it needs to be, and it can be whatever size that you want it to be as well. So this is the preview. This is you on your screen. I'm going to give a number of examples for this, so don't worry about that. Just want to make sure you guys are aware of this webcam placement and function. The other thing is, again, the teleprompter, same exact thing. Whatever settings you found on the first one, it's going to remember it still. So we still have the same size, speed, height adjustment. That's all still saved, whether you're recording your screen or yourself. Same teleprompters available. A really unique thing to the desktop is the annotation tools, guys. You can see this little toolbar over here. This is more advanced than the Chrome extension. The Chrome extension just had the pencil, right? You can draw. This one has more tools. We can do arrows, like specifically pointing things out. We can do numbers, like numbering these things that I just pointed out. You can do text. I can do a text on the screen and I can type. I can do even circles, like squares or circles or whatever shape that I want to do around that. So advanced annotation tools to make your presentations more interesting, easier to create, more dynamic so that you're keeping their attention while you're trying to show them something. It's easy to understand, easy to follow. So these are the other improvements to the desktop app: advanced annotations, advanced webcam resizing tools, and then your teleprompter function as well. So this is the basics of the screen recorder: annotations, webcam, teleprompter. Now we're going to talk about this extra button here too, which is custom size. So I want to show you guys a quick example here. This is a article on housing prices in Sacramento. Now, if I wanted to share this to social media, I wouldn't just share this link, right? That's not going to be very useful for my audience. That does not place me as the thought leader. It doesn't put me on the tip of their tongue, right? On the tip of their mind. It just says, hey, okay, they sent me a link. Now, if I wanted to potentially get new business, update my existing audience, let them know that I am the expert in this area. I have my finger on the pulse of the market. I understand what's happening. I might do something like this, where here's the report. And now Ruben mentioned earlier, we're going to show you how to record in vertical format. So if you guys are posting anything on social, like Instagram Reels or TikTok or YouTube Shorts, we should be using these vehicles, right? We should be taking advantage of them. And this is how that would work. So on the desktop app, you can see this little button right here allows me to select which size video I'd like to record. Custom is an option where it can be whatever you want, or you can choose the portrait view. So that's what I've done here. Now my video is in portrait. So you can see this frame, and anything that's in that frame, only what's within that frame is going to be recorded. So now maybe I can bring my little bubble over here. Maybe I want it to be a square and maybe a little bit smaller. And then this is what I'm going to post to social media. It's whatever's recorded in this bubble. So now I press record and I say, hey, John, hey, everybody, let me give you your monthly market update. In case you haven't heard what's happening in the Sacramento area this month, let me be your trusted source. So the first thing I want to show you guys is there actually has been a big decrease in home value prices for the first time in over 20. Anyway, I'm going to get into specifics, but I can show whatever I need to visually within something like an article. Again, I can scroll through this. It's going to be myself talking over it. I can annotate this so I can call out the bits of information that I actually want them to see. Average home price was $550. That's gone down or whatever, right? So this is just one example of what people are doing with the screen recorder, is social media content. This is one specific format, right? For shorts, for Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. They all want that vertical format. And this is how you can actually create this with the desktop app. So if you're not big on mobile or you're more comfortable on your computer, we've made it as easy as possible to create this type of content there with custom sizes. With your teleprompter, right? You don't even have to memorize what you want to say. You can select from your teleprompter and record from there instead. So this is option one for the screen recorder, which is a vertical style video. But of course, the sky is the limit there, guys. You can create any type of video that you want. It can be full screen. It can be a custom size. Like, let's say if you just wanted to show something specific, like this one little part of my screen. So not a vertical video, but I wanted to do maybe a square of a certain frame. So I can select just that part and record just that. So it's very possible to record anything that you need to on your computer. PowerPoint presentations, websites, market updates. Another really common thing here, guys, for real estate is contract overview, website navigation. You know, with older folks, they're probably not going to be able to just search your house or, you know, use your website to search for properties as easily as maybe a millennial or younger will. So, like, for example, showing them how to navigate your website. One button, one click, and now it's like you're sitting there personally taking them through your website. So I'm going to be here in the little bubble, and I'm going to say, hey, everybody, let me just take a moment and show you actually how to search for properties, how to get a hold of us, how to download our resources on the website. So first you're going to click here. And then anyway, again, I won't go through the full example, but the idea is with one click, you're able to be much more personal, informative, educational with your audience through the use of visual aids. Another really common example, again, I just want your guys' ideas to start flowing here. We need the juices going because I've seen countless examples of using the screen recorder to earn business, to save time, to build trust, to win over prospects, to get listings. So I'm just going to give you guys some examples of each of those. Like a buyer's agreement, right? If you use buyer's agreements in your business, instead of sending them a contract, you can actually go through that one time. So you pull up the contract or the invoice, the proposal, the agreement, go over that one time. So press the record button and say, hey, I just want to take a moment and walk you through this buyer's agreement and why it's beneficial for us both. It's going to protect me, but protect whatever you want to say to them about why they're signing an agreement. So just another example though, any agreement, contract, website navigation, anything you're showing visually, we want you to be able to show visually with the click of a button, from regardless of where you are. Right there, if you're on Mac or PC, it's always a click away from being able to record these types of videos.
And I think one of the things that's really going to be beneficial is there's this idea that a 30-second video can replace a 30-minute meeting. And this is, I cannot tell you how real this is for all of our lives. Everyone in the Dubb team, in the Dubb community, people that have really adopted this sort of, it's not just a technology, it's just like a mindset, you know? Chances are, if you're going to jump on a call with someone and you're going to need to take them through something, MLS listings, proposals, a purchase sale agreement, whatever it is, you might have to spend a lot of time with them. There's the, ice breaking time, there's the how are the kids and what's going on, and then you actually get to the meat of it, and then there's follow-up stuff. So, if you want to improve your efficiency, if you want to improve your productivity, and you want to improve your comprehension rates, consider recording a video or 3 when someone has a question about something specific. It also gives you the ability to send them something that they can then watch on their own time, because chances are, if you're speaking to your client or prospect and you hear kids screaming in the background and you hear the dog barking, you hear the doorbell ring, and you hear all sorts of things happening in their life, they're probably not really listening completely to what you're saying. Whereas if you send them a video, they can wait until they have a moment at some quiet time. Maybe they're sitting on the toilet. Maybe it's after hours. Maybe it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Who cares? They get to watch it on their terms. And then as a result, you build trust, it's comprehension. And then they say, my favorite thing is when people realize, this person is going to sell my home the way that they're selling themselves. And that's like a mic drop moment. And we hear about that a lot. And that's a really beautiful thing. I want this person to market my home the way that they make this YouTube video, make this social media video, sent me this video email campaign, recorded this desktop screen video to explain a new listing that came on the market. So let's sell ourselves the way that we're going to sell their stuff, and let's have them connect the dots. It's meaningful, I promise.
Absolutely. I was going to say too, Ina, if you could share the real estate training showcase, one of our trainings that we did, guys, here specifically showing the desktop app, even before some of these improvements that we've made, was how to do a CMA, like a comparative market analysis, and then send that to a potential listing. So we had a great success story of, what was it, last week, Ruben, or 2 weeks ago, where a person sent 3 CMA videos to potential listings, and got 3 for 3 videos, 3 listings.
Yes, last week. Yep.
Using the desktop app, using exactly what we're showing for you guys today, which is using a visual aid to show that you know what you're doing, meaning you're going above and beyond what other real estate agents are doing through the use of technology, like just the marketing, just the video itself is going to help you stand apart. But then B, in the content of the video, that's where you're going to be able to show them and say, look, I have my finger on the pulse of the market, and this is why this home isn't selling, or this is how you can improve the value of this home, or provide education and information to them that's going to say, wow, well, I should work with this person because I didn't know any of those things. So the use of the screen recorder is many over, like, the ability to differentiate, the ability to educate, and also the ability to introduce yourself in a more meaningful introduction, because plain text is not going to differentiate ourselves from the competition, right? For example, if you're following up with for sale by owners, they're going to get harassed. Like, this is what one of the trainings was. And instead of you sending the same exact voicemail, the same exact text that every other agent sent to this FSBO, imagine if they got that personal message from you that they're probably not going to receive from anybody else. And it's going to instantly separate you from all the noise that's out there. So those are the types of things we're doing with the desktop app, is providing visuals so that when somebody opens this email, sees this video on YouTube, in an email, in a text message, on any social channel, that it's creating the impression that we need them to have of you, which is, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. He has his finger on the market. This is someone I need to talk to about the buying or selling of my home.
Love that.
People to realize we need them to come to that conclusion. And that only happens in one of two ways, right? Either you're sitting there in front of them or on the phone, shaking their hand, talking to them, and using your real-time hours. And that's not scalable, right? You can only have so many handshakes and conversations in a day. Or you could have a channel like YouTube, like email, like text, like a newsletter. And this is informing people. This is educating people while you're at sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're doing whatever you need to do. And people are consuming this format, this information, regardless, whether it's email, text message, YouTube. And we're building those trusts. We're building that relationship without the time required to, go meet people. So,
yeah, so important. I actually wanted to share, I want to ask a quick question to get some audience engagement, but then I wanted to share an update of someone that I actually hosted on the Connection Loop podcast by the name of Kelly Wheeler, who is a sort of real estate coach, kind of a YouTuber. He's got like 8,000 subscribers on his channels. Thousands of real estate agents follow him and learn his tactics. He brands himself as a ninja, a real estate ninja. Super interesting, very dynamic guy. A lot of fun to talk to. He's actually going to co-host the next week's real estate webinar, and what he's going to share with you guys, because I think he's got like 70 or 80 agents on his team, and him and I actually share the link of the whole interview so you can learn what he's doing to get a lot of success. Again, he's like a power Dubb user. What he's doing with his team of 70 or 80 agents is that he is creating specific videos using the desktop app and using the website and the mobile device. He's adding QR codes and then integrating those QR codes into his print mailers. And in fact, he is using a service, and Rob, I think you remember the name of the company. I always forget this. Mailbox something.
Mailbox Power Lifting. Mailbox Power. Yeah.
What is it?
Mailbox Power.
Mailbox Power.
Mailbox Power. Okay, so he mentioned, try to help me with my memory, guys. There was a service that he used to use for print mail, that lead IQ, lead something. And then Darius, you've mentioned this one, and now he's using Mailbox Power. And what he's doing that's so interesting, and this was a complete and total learning for me, is that he's using the QR codes to have personalized print mailers that send people to Dubb videos. And that sounds like a lot. It sounds complicated, but it's actually very elegant. It's very simple to do, because it's a postcard that the service does, and then a video that he creates, and it just links the two. So come next week and learn from him. Okay, we're gonna give him the stage, and he's gonna show us a lot of cool stuff.
You guys want listings? Like, we got to be different. We have to separate. We have to make impressions, because there's other people that like, oh well, they have a listing down the street. It doesn't mean you can't earn that business. It means that you need to make an impression on that potential seller that says, wow, I got to work with this person, right? That's why and you're going to learn some really cool things from Kelly that he's doing with those direct mail campaigns. And again, the concept is it's different. yeah, it's a little bit more work. Yeah, it's a little bit more cost. But if you're landing listings, like he's going to show you, that cost becomes negligible. That little bit of extra legwork that you did was negligible when we're comparing it to the results that we're getting. So
yeah. And I want to share something specific that he taught us, which he'll explain more. But first, I have to ask you guys a question. Next week, I was thinking about going to Hawaii. I had this thing, my wife planned this trip, and I wasn't sure if we were going to do it. We're doing it. We're committed. We're going to Maui. Here's the question for you guys. Should I do Mai Tai? Should I do beer? Should I do champagne? Or should I just drink water and do like a full kind of yogi vacation?
The hat trick.
the question.
Trifecta, Ruben. The hat trick.
Okay.
The hat trick.
You should do all of those and also the Hannah Highway.
The Hannah Highway, right? That's exactly right. We're going to do that.
So you can say you did it, because there are places it's only 4 feet wide and you're driving a car. So
okay, I'm going to take that advice.
all right.
So
we
that's
have multiple
the question.
votes for all of them.
Okay. So the thing that I wanted to share with you guys, which is totally in line with what Darius is teaching us here, is that we have to be different. If we are doing the same thing that every other agent is doing, we are not going to differentiate ourselves. And I'll give you a very specific example. When it comes to expired listings, there are services, and Kelly's going to share the names of those companies that provide the leads. Apparently there's one of these programs is really good. It's a lot better than the other ones. And what he's doing via text and email and also print mail is he's actually reaching out to those folks, and he's not saying, list your home with me and I'll sell it and we're going to do great. He's actually telling them the opposite. He's saying, don't list your home because there is a problem. Something happened. Your house was on the market for 90 days and it did not sell. What happened? Let's understand that. I'd like to help you with a consultation to figure out, what is it about the home? What is it about the area? What is it about the pricing strategy? Are there certain investments that we can make? Is there a different marketing approach that we can do to sell your home for the highest possible value in the lowest amount of time? And when he sends that video, and I'm going to make sure he shares that video with you guys next week. When he shares that video, people say, wow, you know what? It's not just another person that's texting me, calling me, emailing me, saying, hey, list your home with me, just take a chance on me. It's not that. It's someone that's it's the red herring. This is an approach. This is a common marketing approach where you're like the outlier, the purple cow, Seth Godin calls it in his best-selling book. You got to be different. And when you differentiate, when you become different, all of a sudden there's them and then there's you. And guess who gets picked?
Right.
Well, Kelly's coming from a thing of service, not of I want your business.
Exactly.
Like why I'm living in Claremont. So he'll send out that, because I'm on his team. So he'll send out that.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And it's just all about Claremont. Hey, if you want to listen to me, it's all about Claremont. What's so great is he'll use My Plus leads, grab all the people that live around him, and then send out all those little letters or emails if he has them with your stuff, with your Dubb videos on them, to get people interested in his Facebook or YouTube channel.
Nice. There it is.
And we talk about, doing things different. And the good news for you guys is that video itself is 5% of the real estate industry. So the strategies that we're going to be learning from Kelly and the ones that we're teaching you guys, this is already differentiating you from the vast majority of your competitors. And that's what Kelly's strategies are going to be tomorrow, as well as it's even the cream of the crop above that 5%, because that's again, the idea is that this is not what everybody's doing. This is like what less than 1% of top producers are going to be using strategies like this. So that's what we're going to be showing with you guys as well. Some of these things are like, okay, I'm familiar with this concept, but the extra technique that we're giving you guys on top of it is what we're wanting to show you guys to differentiate from the noise that's out there. So like the strategy on FSBOs or circle prospecting or expireds. Yes, there's strategies for marketing to those people, but what we're going to do is separate ourselves from above and beyond what our competition is doing for those same strategies. And that's really all it is, guys, is just being different, putting in, 5% more effort and getting 10 or 20 or more percent more returns. That's what we're ultimately after. And that's where video really enables us to do that. One video can be an evergreen piece of content. And that's really what the desktop app is meant to power as well, guys, is start your YouTube channel, Start your social media creation. You literally have, it's easier than ever it has been before, where you can do it right from your computer, right on your mobile with one application, with the teleprompter. You don't have to memorize stuff. You can use an AI to write something. Write me a script on how to improve the value of your home in Claremont, right? And you can write that with the AI, put it into a teleprompter, and then record perfectly for vertical or horizontal format. Literally in one place in 5 minutes, you could do that. You know how that would have been so much more work before. You have to go proofread this script, come up with this script, come up with these ideas or concepts, write out this perfect thing, and then have to memorize this perfect thing and then go record it and then probably give it to an editor because there's lots of mistakes in it. And again, that's a week-long process that you can literally do in 5 minutes now. So that's what we meant by the improvements to the technology have made this much more possible, much more feasible and scalable. And that's why we wanted to announce this for you guys, show you how it's done. Lynn, you will know if you have Dubb installed by going to the applications. And Lynn, are you a PC or Mac? I get, because that is going to help us clarify something. And by the way, that's the end of the presentation. I think, guys, if you have more questions or answers, just let us know. Come join us for a live training. Lynn, I think you will need to join us for a live training session at 10 a.m. Any weekday, because that way we can go a little bit more specific. So please join the dubb.com/T. And then, because yeah, actually, and then I'll probably need like Ina or Rena on there with the PC to walk you through that step by step. But if you click on the Windows button and then click search, type in Dubb. If you do not see a Dubb application, then you do not have Dubb installed. And then you would just go to the dubb.com website that I'm going to put the link for there. And you would install the app from there as well, Lynn.
And then I wanted to really quickly show a screen video to you guys while you're here. So this is, I'm just going to show you how I would quickly do a YouTube video and then a social media video. Both of these could be used as a direct email piece or an email campaign video. Okay, so this is a really flexible situation, but one of the examples that I'm going to just mention that just came to my mind is in Las Vegas, there's the sort of Tuscany homes and there's the black and white homes. And apparently, if you look at the data, the homes that have the black and white look and appeal, they sell for, 10, 15, 20% more because it's just much more modern, right? Not super revolutionary information, but it's relevant, right? So if I were to just have these two arbitrary listings here on my screen, this is how I would do a YouTube video. So first of all, I would think in my mind, like, what is my hook, right? How am I going to hook people in? That's my first thing. The second thing that I might do is I might say, okay, well, what am I looking to deliver in this video? What is the value? What's different? What's educational? And then I would sort of think if there's multiple clips that I want to share, what I like to do is that each tab for me, it represents one clip. So if this home, the modern home, black and white home, is one piece of information, that's one clip. Okay, then I have the next home, which is the Tuscany home. That's another clip. That just helps me to stay organized, because the second that I have to start fishing around for my next tab, it becomes challenging. Now, what I also want to do is I want to open up with a full webcam video. Now, this is completely and totally optional. You don't have to do this. If you don't want to, if you want to just be person in the circle, it's totally fine, completely up to you. So this is how I would do it. I would say, so this is a really interesting piece of information on how you can increase the value of your home by 10 to 20% in Las Vegas. And it has everything to do with the look and the feel. So now I click the pause button, take a breath, collect my thoughts. What am I going to say next, right? Now I jump into my screen. I'm ready to go. Maybe I have my annotations on, right? And now I can start pointing at stuff, okay? So now I'll do my next clip. And I only click the pause button. I did not click the check button. So this is not an individual clip yet, okay? Now, the first thing that I'd like to show you is an example of a modern home that has that black and white feel. And if you'll notice, the price here is about $525. Now my clip is done. So now I want to click the checkbox. There's my clip, sorry. Okay. Now I can go to the next tab. I'm comfortable with, let me shut my annotations off. Now I'm ready to do the next clip, which is this tab right here. And then I can say, Now, this is actually an example of one of the more traditional Tuscany homes. And if you'll notice, the value and the price of this house is significantly less. So now I've got my 2 clips in here. Okay, now what I can do is I can drop another value bomb, whatever it is that I want to say, whatever data I have, whatever intel that I have, keep sharing. Okay, so I'll just sort of do my closer here to wrap this up. So the key here is to remember that you want to make a little bit of an investment before you sell your home. If you can get a loan, you can borrow the money. There's different ways to do this. Thank you for watching this video. And if you'd like to speak with me, click on the link below to book a time in my calendar. Okay, really terrible script. I was more showing you the technology, okay? But you guys get the point. You guys can do way better at this. I know it. You just have to commit to it and practice, okay? So now what I do is I have my 3 individual clips. And then what I can do is I can click done recording. I mean, just look at this. It's never been this easy to make a video with multiple dynamic clips. And then I can just go do a quick play. I can realize that I flubbed a line here. I can split it here. I can split it here. And then I can click this. I can delete it. And so I can even do this and carry it over. There's a lot of different things that you can do, which Darius showed us how to do. And then once you're done with the trimming, then you can download it as an MP4 file to upload into YouTube, or you can upload it to Dubb, which then you can use as a one-to-one email, a one-to-one email, or an automated email, or any different number of things, even an SMS. Okay, that was YouTube. That was landscape, 16 by 9. Now the next thing that I'll show very quickly is how to do this in 9:16 format, which Darius already showed us how to do it. I'm just going to recap this, and I'll spare you guys of doing the recording since you already saw how I did it. But you just click on this right here, and then you click 9:16, and then this then gives us that canvas size, right? So this is like a social media canvas size. So I've set up my frame, put person in the circle. If I don't want it, bad hair day, shut it off. All good, no worries. And then here I can just do my dialogue. I can use the teleprompter. I can go off the dome. If you find yourself repeating yourself a lot when you're not using the teleprompter, then switch it up. Try to use the teleprompter. You can put the exact script in, or you can use an outline. And don't forget, on the Dubb dashboard and also in the Dubb desktop app, there is the AI writing assistant. So again, just a quick recap on that. If you go into Dubb, view dashboard, right on the dashboard, boom, there's the AI assistant. So hopefully that was not drinking out of the fire hose. I'm going to stick around for a couple of minutes if anyone needs any support.
Nice. All right. And then you guys also know if you want to come explore with this a little bit on your own, I will show you there is a tutorial. We do, because this feature was literally just released, I think, what, two days ago. We don't have the brand new updated tutorial. This the one that we just gave you guys is the most recent version for how to use the newest features, meaning the clip merging and the trimming features. So, but I do have a previous article that I'm gonna share with you guys right now, and it covers all the other stuff. It covers the custom size, adjusting the bubble, everything except for the multiple clips and the trimming. So that this article will be updated here very, very soon. Likely today or tomorrow. And so I'm going to put that in the chat now. And if you guys want to click that link, that's where you can get the desktop app, watch the existing tutorial, and it's going to show you how to do the resizing and pausing and all those things. So, all right. Well, we appreciate you guys very much. This has been recorded. It will be added to our real estate playlist in both the Dubb playlist and the YouTube playlist. So if you guys ever want to come access these trainings, they are recorded. We have them available for you guys. And we're going to make sure we're doing a better job of labeling them, because some of them just say real estate workshop, and we'll make sure the titles are there so you can, like this one's on how to record your screen. So, all right. Well, thank you guys very much. Happy Thursday here. We're almost to the weekend. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I'm going to stick around if anyone has any questions.
All right.
Thank you.
That Russ, what's his name? Mr. Wheeler. the realtor.
Kelly Wheeler.
Kelly Wheeler. That's going to be awesome because I actually been watching him on YouTube, and that guy has a lot of great stuff for real estate that never even thought of.
No, he's doing some next level stuff. But you know what I told him? I said, listen, man, we got to start white belt, go yellow belt, then green belt, and then work our way up to, black belt ninja, because it's like drinking from the fire hose. And that's an ultimate compliment to him, So we're gonna go slow, and we're gonna show you guys some of the stuff that he's doing. It's really great. It's really great.
Okay. Got a question for you, Ruben. Your wife is in real estate, right? She's with EXP.
She's with Keller Williams Studio City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And obviously she uses Dubb and everything. So.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother one. Yeah.
No, I got you, because my fiance is a lender. And same thing. I tell her, hey, use Dubb. Yeah, that's a whole conversation.
Yeah. If I told her to not use it, maybe then she'd use it.
Yeah, it's biblical. No man can be a prophet in his own land.
Yeah. It's honestly, guys, it's the ultimate paradox of my life. Like, I don't think there's a bigger paradox.
It's a universal law. My daughter was 12 years old. I was helping with all the kids get across this obstacle. They had to walk across a road. All of them, when I encouraged them, they did it until.
Yeah.
I had to bring somebody else in for my own kid. So it's the way it is.
Yeah. So interesting. Yeah. What else? Anything else we can go through? Well, I'll wrap it then. Thank you guys so much.
Well, actually, Ruben.
Yeah, please.
Some prompts that you can tell us for the AI, to kind of
oh, nice.
What for real estate that you can help us out with that would be great.
Yeah. Okay. So I've spent a lot of time. I mean, as an AI developer, I've spent a lot of time thinking about how we can improve the prompts, because at the end of the day, there's only a couple of core engines that are providing artificial intelligence that pretty much every developer is using. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. Google has one, OpenAI has one, Microsoft has one, and a couple of smaller companies have one. It's all about the prompts. It's all about what you're telling the system to be able to do. So one of the things that we're constantly trying to do is to give tone, because tone is probably one of the most underutilized parameter in artificial script writing, because that's what makes us different. Some of us are more conversational, some of us are more professional, some of us talk like we're from Boston or LA or whatever the case may be. So I think number one, just as a general parameter, I think it's really important to include your parameters for tone. The second thing I think that's really important is to make sure that you're being geo-specific. A lot of people are not geo-specific when they give real estate advice, because it's so different in every other area. In some, like in Phoenix, it's like 119 degrees right now. We should probably address that, to a certain extent. You're probably really hot, but this is some really cool advice. That was a little punny, right? But I think that being geo-specific is another thing that makes it really, really human, right? Geo-specific. I think the next thing that's really important is being very specific about what the value that you're providing is, and then what is the call to action. So for example, as an email, the email subject line or an email body, right? I might be able to say, what is a video email newsletter email copy that I can provide to educate people on how to improve the value of their home in Las Vegas, Nevada, so that they can maximize their sale price. And this is from the perspective of a real estate agent that's trying to be different, have a competitive edge, and to ultimately earn their business. So now what you're telling the AI to do is, okay, competitive edge. Well, that's a parameter. Now you're saying, don't do what everyone else is doing. Now find a different angle. So now all of a sudden, the AI might find a different angle. Now, the great thing about this is that keep clicking the submit button. You can copy it and save it if you like it, but every time you do it, it's going to be a little bit different. So keep clicking it until you find something that you like. And I think that third point really is rooted in how do you be different? How do you differentiate? How do you become that purple cow, that red herring, that different, unique person that's over here while everyone else is over here? Because ultimately that's the person that wins a lot of the times. So I hope that was helpful.
Very, thank you very much.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. If there's no other questions, I'll wrap up here and just go grab some lunch. See you guys next week.
Yeah.
I might be doing it from Hawaii, so mahalo.
Enjoy, brother. Thank you for
See you
everything,
guys.
all your help. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Enjoy
My
the
pleasure. Thank you.
Hawaii trip.
Thank you so much. See you next week.